Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with M2I from the new American heavy tank line. And today we are going to test this vehicle, and overall we are going to test many things on stream. But for today's YouTube video, M2I it is. So this tank is fully pimped up to the maximum. What this vehicle has 240 alpha damage gun, 202 millimeters of penetration, 900 shell velocity. Speed-wise, it is not looking bad. Gold ammunition, 240 alpha damage, 242 millimeters of penetration, 1150 shell velocity, and this vehicle has the double tracks. As you can see, this little shitter track over there is extra track. So what that basically means, whenever we are getting tracked frontally, that means we can still move. Not by a lot, but we can still move. And what you are noticing here, distinguishing feature of American tanks, fellas, is humongous cupola. I mean, look at this abomination on the head. This vehicle has the second cupola pretty much. This is how it looks like. So this is very worth thing to highlight. Although there is a chance and opportunity for you to avoid having this cupola, and we are going to play the second game in this kind of situation, okay? Which I think is very weird thing, because to be fair with you, I think this is just simply silly goose balancing in a way, but you will see everything yourself. Speaking of the gun, I think this is the correct gun to use. Well, there is nothing to think about. The stock gun is not that great, although with a second build we are kind of going to play with a stock gun, and the main reason being is because with a stock turret you can use only stock gun, but with a stock turret your cupola is significantly smaller. You will see everything yourself in the second game. But for now, this tank is not looking that bad. Obviously, by any means, I cannot say, wow, that's the best vehicle in the world of tank skill. Do we have a new T29, 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 T29? No, fellas, I cannot say that, and this is very worth thing to highlight, right? But other than that, it is not looking unplayable. It is not looking like this is the worst thing ever. And but to be fair with you, in this game we are slaughtering enemies like there is no tomorrow. Now, fellas, pay attention at the cupola of my of the enemy, right? Enemy cupola is so much smaller than mine, but in the same time he is using the stock gun, right? This is like a perfect comparison. Look at this guy. He has pretty much no cupola whatsoever, right? And this is not looking bad, I would say. Fellas, I would say it is not looking bad whatsoever. Let's try to get closer to this gentleman. He has a bit lower amount of the hit points, obviously because he is stock, but in the same time I really want to highlight this. If you are spamming gold, this might be a nice option for you, right? We are going to load gold at this point, and pay attention at his cupola, fellas. His cupola is so much tinier and so much smaller, although as you can see with the gold ammunition you can pretty much shred this tank anyways like hot knife through the butter, and this is very important thing to highlight overall. Speaking about the highlighting things, I have a feeling the first battle with this vehicle is going to be a solid ace, and to be fair with you, so far the cupola is not bothering me that much, and I can't say, oh, this cupola is making this tank unplayable. The cupola, you know, I cannot say that. It is not looking that bad as you might think it looks like. So I am feeling relatively well. Meanwhile, what we are going to do, we are going to start making a bit of pressure for the enemies who are playing here. I am surprised because the gun handling is looking relatively fine, fellas. The gun handling of this vehicle is not looking like it is the worst thing ever, and it is unplayable. Obviously, it is a tier 7, so you cannot expect to hit every single shot. It's just not how this game works, right? So keep this in mind. I am going to leave this tiger because I need to decap the base just in case, right? I know I can farm the tiger. I'm very, very well aware of that. But what I'm afraid of, I am afraid if if the enemy T50 will go into the base and he will cap the base. This is what I am afraid of. Plus on top of that, I simply want to decap the base and obviously in the same time farm this poor boogie, right? I don't really think he has a chance to survive this, and I don't really think he has a chance to slaughter us. Plus on top of that, this battle could be easily 5,000 damage for a tier 7 tank, which is quite amazing if you would ask me. This is pretty damn awesome. Okay, meanwhile, let's wait. Actually, there is nothing to wait for. Let's try to beat the living crap out of the Mr. Tiger. Luckily for us, fellas, we saved a lot of hit points for a late game, right? And all we need to do, we need to keep beating the living crap out of this tiger overall. And tiger is doomed. I know the tiger would reload a bit quicker than we will, but, you know, nothing what he... 9 kills! Fellas. 9 kills! What the flying F? I just noticed 9 kills, fellas! 9 bloody kills! How the flying F that happened? Wow! Okay. Can we get the 10 kill game, pretty please? I think I'm fine, because shouldn't steal him. That's good. 3, 2, 1, mine. Boom. 10 kills! Okay, calm down, skill. I did not felt it. Fellas, the best tank in the world of tanks. The best tank in the world of tanks. Anyways, calm down. Well, that was a lucky game, okay? That was a lucky game, honestly. Holy bananas from Banana Land. Anyways, whew, let's calm down a bit. Look at this beauty, fellas. Ace. We have the Pulse Medal, Top Gun, Steel Wall, High Caliber, 2000 base experience. Okay, calm down. Yeah, that's the game, fellas. Anyways, as you can see, this vehicle can work. This is literally the very first game ever I played with this tank, right? And it worked pretty damn well. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Absolutely madness. Anyways, this is how this tank is looking like with this kind of setup, right? But there is alternative option. Skill, what is the alternative option? If you would pay attention here, fellas, uno momento, if you would pay attention here, you can play with a stock turret and stock gun. And what you are going to have, you are going to have way tinier cupola, and you are going to have a bit worse gun. How worse gun is? I was using this gun over there, and now what we have this is the gun which you would use with a stock turret, because you simply cannot mount the top gun, right? Aiming time is worse, dispersion is worse, penetration is kind of equal, although you kind of need to spam the full gold ammunition with it, right? This is the thing, and this is not ideal if you would ask me. But for the sake of the video, we are going to play one battle with a stock setup just to check it out. How is it going to look like? And speaking about the loadout, I believe that Sphere we are going to have majority of the gold ammunition. And the main reason why we are going to have majority of the gold ammunition, because we are going to get maximum use in this way. If you are playing with a stock turret already, I mean, what is the point to use the standard ammunition, right? Anyways, let's teleport into the round number 2. And we are back. So round number 2, as you can see, the turret is looking a bit differently, and cupola is once again not bothering us that much, right? So this is a good thing. Although I do not know what kind of ammunition can overmatch this side. So for now, I have no comments on that. Other than that, looking into the Bloom, I think Bloom is so much worse from the stock gun. Bloom is looking crazy, fellas. Holy bananas. Look at the Bloom. Okay. I'm not entirely sure is it the better option to use this gun. I'm truly not entirely sure is it better option or it's not better option. Okay, that's completely fine, no complaints, no regrets. Plus on top of that, please pay attention, we have less hit points. And hit points is kind of important in the World of Tanks, don't you think so? Although once again, as you can see, enemy is struggling to penetrate us, so that's quite good stuff if you would ask me. But what I instantly can say, I hate the bloom of this gun. The bloom is looking like crazy mother trucker, fellas. I truly mean it. Meanwhile, Chaffee might think about peeking here. And once again, fellas, excuse me for a full gold spam here, but I don't really think we have any other option while playing with a stock gun, right? I do not really think we have any other option, and this is worth thing to highlight. Meanwhile, what could happen? By the way, this guy is annoying me. I need to F off from here because he's speaking. I get the point, he's not doing this on purpose, but he's speaking all the time towards us, and this is not looking very great, don't you think so? Meanwhile, we managed to smack the tier 6 Pavlak tank, which we are going to have tomorrow in this YouTube channel, right? And we will test this tank as well. We'll see how is it looking like, and is it looking decent or is it looking bad, or how is it looking like at the first place. I know for this tank we don't really need the gold ammunition in order to penetrate him, but since we are spamming gold, why the heck not, right? Meanwhile, Ikea is sitting in the back, but I don't really care about Ikea too much, especially when we have the light tank here, right? It is okay, let's hit that light tank, and can we eliminate him from the game? This is the question. Aim, 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 dead. Okay, not yet. He is not dead yet. Wait, take your time. Aim, 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 aim. Now dead. Beautiful. Meanwhile, we have Cow1S, and I am feeling relatively fine with him. Luckily for us, he is newer player, because you can clearly see he has no clue what he is doing, so we can kind of bully him a bit, right? That's what we definitely can do. Meanwhile, I'm curious, is Tiger P looking at us? Definitely yes, he is looking at us. So far, everything is working relatively well. Meanwhile, what am I thinking about? I am thinking about how not to get effed in the butt. This is what I am thinking about. Now, this is the feature of the track. You see, we are getting tracked, but we do not necessarily need to use the repair kit, right? So that's important thing to say, and this is quite nice stuff if you would ask me. Although, obviously, I am sitting in very, very, very bad spot, and this Skoda is extremely annoying, and this Skoda is going to try to do absolutely everything in his power in order to make our game living hell. But you know what? I do not mind too much. I have all time in the World of Tanks, and we are sitting in a relatively great position here. So at this point, we are just chilling and waiting. That's what we are doing, fellas. We are chilling and we are waiting. Obviously, I should spam more gold. I have a habit when I do not shoot the gold ammunition, and this is not a great habit, fellas. I'm not going to lie, this is not a great habit. Meanwhile, we have high explosives loaded. Unfortunately, we did not penetrate at him, obviously, but that's okay. Meanwhile, I'm getting punished by my brother from other mother, right? And at this point, we need to try to side scrap here. Unfortunately, it is not working. Okay, so that's completely fine. This is a good showcase of the stock tank performance in a way. And honestly, speaking about the gun handling, I think we need to have a top turret for more hit points, and we need to have the top gun. So people who are thinking it's worth to play with a stock turret, don't do that. It is not worth it. Let's teleport into the scoreboard. Let's go. And we are back, fellas. Yeah, unfortunately not 10 kills. I know I'm new in the game, sorry. We have 1.8 thousand damage, 2 kills. This is completely fine. We are top by the experience, we are top by the damage, and look at the enemy Tiger P. Congratulations for this gentleman. We lost quite a bit of credits, and honestly, I do not think this is the right way to play with this tank. So fellas, don't be tricked by them. by the smaller cupola. Use the top gun, use the top turret, you will feel so much better. Believe me, fellas, this is going to work so much better. Let's go for one more game with this tank and let's check out the bloom once again, how the things are looking like. Also keep this in mind, you can always change, for example, ventilation or alternatively optics for stabilizing, and your bloom is going to be significantly lower, so keep this in mind. Let's go round number 3. And we are back to the roots. By saying roots, I mean we are back with our best friend Cupola, fellas. So let's pay attention how the gun handling is looking like with this. It is not looking ideal, and obviously bloom is not looking epic, but keep this in mind, it is a tier 7 tank, and considering this is a tier 7 tank, it is not that bad. I truly feel like the bloom was so much worse in the previous gun, although if you are aiming closely, look at this, holy moly. I have a feeling I was quite lucky speaking about the previous game, right? Aka first battle with this vehicle. Okay, so what is the goal? What is the challenge for us? I would say we are going to slaughter every single gentleman playing here. First things first, we'll go for this guy. Unfortunately, we did not penetrate him, but that's completely fine. I want to dodge them if it is possible, and pay attention at the repair time. Whenever you are losing one track, your repair time is significantly longer. What do I mean by saying that? I mean it is significantly longer, okay? Maybe I did not stress this enough. Two artists are beating the living crap out of us. I hate the clickers with a passion, but in the same time, I cannot change absolutely anything here as well. So, how we are going to do this? We are going to beat the Comet. We are going to focus gun by gun, gun by gun. This is the whole plan for us, obviously. I get the point, fellas. I'm permanently stunned. I know I lost my track as well. I am very, very well aware of that, but in the same time, nothing what I can change there. Also, very important thing to highlight, fellas, speaking about the tracks, right? And this is very, very important thing to say. You are not fixing both tracks in the same time, so please keep this in mind, okay? You are fixing only one track at the time. So if both your tracks got damaged, you are fixing, first of all, the secondary track, right? And after that, you are fixing the main track, which is probably the most important one. So keep this in mind. Anyways, step by step, little by little, we are getting involved into this battle. And fellas, I can promise you that we will try to do our best in order to slaughter enemies as well, right? I get the point, this guy is trying to show the dominance, but this is not going to be so simple and so easy. In fact, I would love to cross, but before crossing, I want to see this T-29 shooting. He just fired, that's good, that's very, very good. So we are crossing like so, and we will try to cross even more in a second. 3, 2, 1, dead. Oh, low roll, track. Ay, the game just said not today. But that's okay, fellas. We have solid 2000 already, and in a way, this is just a start. We should be able to get another beautiful shot to the T-29. Very, very nice, beautiful. And we are feeling like a fresh pickle in this battle. Fellas, so far, everything is working definitely in our favor, and this is very important thing to highlight. Meanwhile, there is a Stunner Emil who was sniping here from the back, so what I would love to see, I would love to see this guy obviously getting spotted and making silly goose mistake. I try to go for a blind shot. As you can see, I am not spotted, so what that basically means he is not sitting here. Unless he is somewhere over there or alternatively here, but that's okay. We are still feeling relatively fine. And I am surprised, honestly. Even though This tank once again has a humongous cupola and stuff, but to be fair with you, it is not that horrible, and cupola is not the biggest drawback of this vehicle, okay? Unless you are having a perfect situation when you need to play hold down to the maximum, and if the everything is aligned towards you, you know, it can be bad thing. But other than that, we are feeling pretty good. Okay, as you can see, enemies are going for a base defense, and I believe this is completely understandable. Soon they are going to arrive here and they will start farming our M6 and our 12T. So what we need to do, we need to take position here. From here we should be able to find a decent angle towards the guys who are playing here and who are sniping from the back, right? That's the whole point, that's the whole plan for us. In other words, I do not want to go through the open field, right? And this is pretty much very basic information. Also, in the same time, as you can see, there is M2I who is sitting here. So if I will do everything properly, and I will try to do everything properly, we should be able to find one shot for this guy as well. So let's do this. Right through the middle of the field, and let's see. He's not going to push back, unfortunately, for us, but that's okay. Can we find a decent angle to shoot him and to eliminate him? No, we cannot. He's already dead. Okay, that's fair. Let's teleport into the end of this game, fellas, because I really doubt we are going to get more use here. And we are back, fellas. Unfortunately, we did not got extra shot, but that's fine. 2,500 damage, 400 assisting damage, first class steel wall, which is always nice and always welcome, and we survived this. Top by the damage, top by experience, and a lot of credits made. That's nice. And what do we have? Fellas, we kind of have better performance with a tier 7 than with a tier 10 when I did a YouTube video. Fellas, we had a better performance with a tier 7. I mean, you can see that yourself. Okay, never mind. This is what we have. This is the start, and this is M2I first thoughts. Do I like the tank? I don't mind the tank whatsoever. I do not really think it is bad. Plus, on top of that, remember, you can always make the gun handling working better if you want to sacrifice a bit of the view range. In this kind of situation, if you are using the stabilizer, right, what you can have, let's say, 430 meters view range, and in the same time, your gun is going to behave so much better. So please keep this in mind. And for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and see you very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.